What's up? My name is Koi from Ray of Gratitude, giving a peace of mind to at least that one person at a time. I'm hoping this one person is you, if not just one, many more. And if you're not familiar with me, I'm a creative healer that helps people align with their mind, heart, and soul. And here at Array of Gratitude on Mondays, I usually have Monday Motivation, and I do my messages, encouraging messages with my own cards that I created called Gratitude Attitude Cards. That's the top of the tin that it comes in, okay? It is on sale on my website, which you will be able to see in the link below. And, this started off for self-reflection practice, me time for at least 5 minutes or more, and really just connecting with these motivational, inspirational words, and just seeing how it taps in with me, right? And since I'm a pretty intuitive person, I started learning more about ways that you can tap into your intuition. And by having a stronger intuition, that allows you to have more trust within you, trust within your own spirit, that inner spirit that we all have, right? So, um, I just want to share that with you if you're new to my page. If you're not, welcome. Thank you for coming back. And this time, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Since we are, right now as I'm recording this, it's literally the new moon in Sag, and it is a eclipse. I want to say it's a solar eclipse, but I'm not 100% sure, so we're just going to call it eclipse. Which, for anybody, any moon childs out there knows that eclipses are like moon, new moon or full moon on steroids, okay? um, so, it's big energy. If you're feeling wonky and you're not a moon child and you're not really into this stuff, but you kind of like zodiac signs, you're probably like, well, maybe that explains why I've been feeling kind of crazy. Yeah, it's just a little bit. So I'm going to do this a little bit different because we have like 12 more days or so, give or take. Not 12, maybe like 20. I don't know. But no, can I talk? December is coming to an end, which means 2020 is coming to an end. And guess what? We're all going to be moving into this new energy, new year, new beginnings, and this unknown energy. So, all right, it looks like it's about 3 minutes on the clock. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to pick one card for each zodiac sign, all right? And I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start with Aries because honestly, I can't even maybe I should just actually write this real quick. Aries, Taurus, right? Gemini, Cancer. And who else do we have after Cancer? Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. We also have Scorpio. After Scorpio comes Sag, right? And then Capricorn. And then after Capricorn is Aquarius. Aquarius. And then Aquarius is Pisces, right? So that's all of them. All right, I think I can start from Sag then. Since we're in Sag season, I cannot talk. Like this whole week I have not been able to talk. So I hope that this message comes through clear and direct for those that are tuning in. Of course, this is a general message, so this may not apply to you, disclaimer. But if it does, comment below. Let me know if these messages are coming through, so I can do more messages like this. Or maybe I could just, give you some more encouraging words for that. But anyway, let's without further ado, let's do this. Sag, all right? So Sag, what message do we have for you? What message do we have for Sag? All right. We have always be strong enough to let go and wise enough to wait for what you deserve. Sag, I've heard that you are going through the ringer. You're trying to expand, just like anybody, that is trying to get bigger or has gotten bigger for their own bridges. Things are getting uncomfortable, and you have to really figure out using your discernment the best way that you can, understanding what is best for you, understanding that what feels good on the inside for you and your own spirit and your own well-being, and what just doesn't work. That's kind of what discernment is, right? Using judgment for the better and the greater good. And you're probably waiting to spread your wings and fly, but you went through a lot of stuff, right? You're going through a lot of things, and you're trying to understand some things mentally so you can really allow that energy to digest and really hit home, right? So always be strong enough to let go and wise enough to wait for what you deserve. All right? I'm going to leave it at that for you, Sag. So, who do we have next for Sag? We have Capricorn. Capricorn is up next. Capricorn, what do we have for you? Okay, absolutely not. Capricorn, all these cards just flew out. I don't know if your energy is going off the chain, but you need to calm down. Okay? Okay. So let's do this. Your wounds you carry might not always be your fault, but it's always your responsibility to heal them. Capricorn, I'm going to say this. It could be one or two things. Either you're going in circles and you're trying to figure out why, or you already figured out why, and you're like, okay, I need to heal this. I need to fix this. I need to work through this. Capricorn, I know you're workers. And now it's time to get that self-care, to work on you. Let's not work on anybody else, because it hasn't been working, because you've been getting wounds left and right. And, possibly you could have been causing those wounds as well. Just saying. I'm not trying to beat you up anymore, but I'm just saying. So I think that you may have came to a realization. I don't know. For those that have not came to a realization, this is a warning. You're going to continue getting hurt if you don't stop and slow down, and take responsibility for the feelings that you're holding in on the inside. Because I kind of feel like, Capricorn, you turned into an ice queen. Now, for those that have had that aha moment and said, I do have some wounds. I've been carrying these bags forever and turned into the bag lady. It's time for me to take responsibility, which, Capricorn, you know that you're pretty good for doing, unless sometimes when it comes to yourself, right? It's time to heal. Let things go. Work on you. Figure out how you can let it go, and figure out how you can replenish and nutrients your energy. All right? I know that was not a word, but we're going to keep going. So, Capricorn, who's next? Aquarius. What we got for you, Aquarius? Okay. Let's just do this. Aquarius, we are what we repeatedly do. And the saga continues. Aquarius, a little bit like Capricorn. I think that you've been running and you're chasing your tail. I just saw a dog chasing its tail in circles. Do you want to be deemed crazy? I don't think so, because I think you're tired of feeling like you're deemed crazy. And by doing that is by trying new things, not being afraid to step out of the comfort zone. And I know that, Aquarius, you've been in a very uncomfortable situation. But, if you slow down, just like the dog that is chasing its tail, if the dog just stops, they're going to see that the tail is its ass. They're going to see that maybe they're the asshole, And I'm saying that to you, Aquarius, because no, you're not an asshole, but you're going to be able to see the reality that you've been, the main thing that you've been doing and repeatedly doing and not getting anywhere. So I think for you, Aquarius, this is saying to slow down. Find your truth right? I'm doing this because the throat chakra, and I'm just picking up the blue vibes. Find the truth, speak that truth, tell yourself I was wrong, or I needed to be still. And then also follow with the next sentence and say, thank you. I am grateful that I received this. I'm aware of this, and I'm going to change it. Aquarius, you got this. Soon as you follow your truth, soon as you honor your truth, you're going to get out of this whack ass cycle. We are what we repeatedly do. We don't want to be that anymore, okay, Aquarius? So moving on to Pisces. Let's see. Pisces. All right. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Let faith be bigger than your fears, Pisces. Pisces, you're entering a lot of new things, and I think that you have like a lot of ideas, like you usually daydream and imagine and all that stuff, but it's really time to ground them. And the reason why you're not grounding them is because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in whatever situation that you're in enough to really hone in that thing and focus, focus, focus. Pisces, where's your passion at? If this is your passion, that's a clear indication of you focusing in. If it doesn't really feel like stuff is going on with your heart yet, one, you might just not have enough energy or information to move forward. Or two, this just might not be for you. But make up your mind, figure it out, and start that shit. Because right now is the best time for you to start something new. Don't be scared, okay? Don't be scared. You got this. Especially when you have that faith. Again, when you have faith, when you have that passion, Pisces, you manifest things like this. Come on now. You already know. So let your faith be bigger than your fears. Okay? Let's go. Aries. I'm on a roll now. Let's go. Aries. What's going on, Aries? What is going on, Aries? Focus on the solution, not the problem. So I've been watching some things with Aries, and Aries has been taking a lot of shit. You know, Aries, you kind of feel like that person that tries, like, okay, if I had a rubber band and I try to flick it, it never meets my target. It always falls or it hit me in my face. And I think that's what's been going on with you, Aries, for a while now. And you've had it. You want to just flip the table over and say fuck it. You know? But the reason why you're getting like agitated and anxious and all that is because you're focusing on the problem, not the solution. When you can focus on the solution and be like, oh, first of all, I have this right here, right? Maybe if I aim it this way, it'll work better, or that way, you know? Focusing on the solution. You focus on the problem, you just keep saying, why does this shit keep hitting me in my face, right? Focus on the solution, not the problem. When you have clear vision and you raise your vibration up by focusing on the solution, Aries, ain't no stopping you. You already know. You already know. Shift that mindset, Aries. Because that's really what's holding you back is the mindset. Shift your mindset. Ease down the temper a few notches. And then move forward. Because you will. As soon as you can see clearly of that solution, ain't no stopping you. All right? So, who do we have next? Taurus, right? Taurus. Who do we have? Taurus. Like, what's up with the flings? I like when cards fling out. Taurus. Live more with intention and purpose, not careless actions. All right. Taurus, I'm picking up how, you kind of haven't been meeting your heart center. You haven't really been feeling whatever you've been doing lately, and you're kind of like skipping over shit. The biggest thing you're skipping over is the intentions. Again, kind of like Aries. Don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. Don't worry about how stuff didn't work out before. Clear, clean cut of your intention. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? If you're trying to do 1,000,000,001 things, that's not a clear-cut intention. When I say clear-cut, I'm talking about a clear, precise cut. So minimize whatever you're trying to do. Hit that bullseye, Taurus the bull, and set that intention. You'll find your purpose and you'll know which direction to go. You're feeling, again, it's almost like Aquarius, like you're just running around. No. Sit still. What do you really want? Just with one sentence. One thing first at a time. You know how to do that. You're very practical, Taurus. One foot before the other. What intention do you have for one thing first? Then keep following through. Then you'll find more purpose and momentum. And then things won't feel like you're all over the place. It won't feel like, you're misfiring or disconnecting with something. You can take action full steam ahead if you have those intentions in order first. All right? Gemini. What does Gemini have? Gemini been going through a lot, y'all. Why? Because I'm a Gemini. Can't you tell? Take notes, right? Okay, let's do this. All right, Gemini. The best don't stick around when you treat them poorly. Only the desperate do. I think, you know what, Gemini? This is really about grounding your energy as well. The reason why things have not been grounding is because you're not understanding how you're getting in your own way. And the reason why you're getting in your own way is because there's still like a small little convo going in the back of your head talking about you're not really worthy. Like, we went through so much. And then other twins like, but are we really worthy? Is it our time yet? Like, you're questioning way too much. And you may possibly be trying to prove yourself again. And when you're proving yourself, you're taking away from your own energy, becoming depleted, and sometimes, depending on who you're trying to prove yourself to, they may take that as, this chick is being desperate, or this guy is pretty desperate, And at times that makes people walk away. There's no need to prove yourself. You've done this already, Gemini. It's time to move forward and ground that shit. Get out of your own way and be like, look, I know I'm worthy of all this shit that's coming. After all the shit I went through, are you serious? Do it. The best don't stick around. If you know that you're the best, then why are you trying to prove yourself? Exactly. I can't hear you. Gemini, do it. Ground that shit in and make it work. All right? Cancer. What do we have for Cancer here? Let's do it one more time. Actually, let's do that one. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Cancer. I think this is also dealing with like intuition though. Like Cancer, I think that you've been having a hunch on something and you know that you're moving up to the next level. But the only thing is that you're kind of trying to bring your old self with you. Like, you gotta take off that layer. Take off the suit that you've been wearing up until now. Burn it. Throw it in the trash. Chuck it in a river. And own this new suit like you already saw it. That you already knew. Like, because it's like there's images and things that you were intuitively guided to go. And then you're like, I knew this already. Or, oh yeah, like I should have been did this. Yeah, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up for not doing this at the time that you could have or should have or would have, right? But just know that that shoulda, coulda, woulda person is the old version of you. And it's time to be like, okay, yes, thank you. I'm glad for these answers to be clear and precise. And moving forward, I'm going to move forward now with more confidence and knowing that my intuition, my trust within myself has gotten me here to where I am right now. And it's time to move forward with strong, inner strength and outer strength. All right, Cancer? You got this. You know this. Let's do this. So, Leo. Let's see, Leo. Wow. Only one card that pops up is Leo's. So, Leo, just because your pain is understandable does not mean your behavior is acceptable. I'm reading this two ways. Either you are the person that is acting out, showing out, and getting upset that people aren't receiving you well. But look, nobody has to take shit from you. Just because you're in a shitty mood does not mean that you gotta throw shit at people. And the other way is that this might be reversed on the other way. You might be dealing with somebody or have somebody close around you that has been throwing shit at you because they're pretty crummy and shitty. And that means that just because you know their situation, it does not mean that it's acceptable. You do not have to take that. Kind of reminds me of the Gemini in a way. It's like the desperate don't stick around, when you're getting treated poorly. Why are you proving yourself if you know you're good? There's no need to prove yourself, And check that stuff with the pain and all that. When people are in pain, we get it, but it does not mean that you can walk all over people. That's kind of like, no shade, but I'm just going to come through. If people, a person's in a wheelchair and, they're crummy because they're mad that they can't walk. Don't be crummy. It's not other people's fault that you can't walk. It doesn't, just because we understand your situation may not be peaches and cream, does not mean that you gotta, throw shit in people else's food. You don't have to do that. So, Leo, I don't know which side you're on, if you're being the asshole or somebody's being asshole to you. But recognize who's doing this, and recognize, especially if it's you, take responsibility for your emotions, things that you've been doing, and stop doing it. If it's somebody else, tell them what's up. You don't need that stuff. So Virgo. All right, Virgo, what you got? Be free to live beyond your past. Virgo, I automatically heard like, dag, I should have been did this. Virgo, the perfectionist, right? You should have been did what? You doing it now. Choose to do it now. Don't harp about things in the past. Choose to do it right now. And be thankful that you're still aware of what you want to do. Be free, because I feel that there's like something in the past that's haunting you. And when you stay in the past, you don't move forward. You're still in the past. Let go of the past and move forward. I feel like that's all I need to say. Because you know what? Let me say one more thing, Virgo. With you being perfectionism really, really adds more shit to trauma. And trauma freezes people. And it's almost like, that granddad that is still hurt about something that happened 30 years ago. Still looking the same, wearing the same clothes and stuff, right? And I'm not saying granddad should be all hip and whatever, but you know where I'm going with this. It just reminds me of like people that are just like stuck in their energy, stuck in when something like traumatic, something that happened to them that was life-changing, but they forgot to change with the times, and they stayed still, and they stayed in the past, in that moment in time. Stayed frozen, and everybody else is moving forward. Don't be that person. Let go of that. Welcome and be grateful for understanding and being aware of ideas that are still coming through for you. And don't sit there and be like, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. No. Be happy that you got it right now and move forward. Okay? Virgo, we got Libra next, right? Libra. What do we have for you, Libra? What do we have for you, Libra? Okay. Pot cards popping out now, huh? Creativity enables us to find ourselves and lose ourselves at the same time. That's very true, right? But for some reason, this card is screaming out creative block. Because it's like almost like Libra's like stuck in the middle. Libra always weighing scales. It's kind of like you're like, I want to do that project, but I don't have enough time. And then when you start doing that project, you can't get in the flow of it because you're worried. It's like you're worried about time, Libra. Don't do that. Creativity flows. You can't create anything really. You can't complete something you're creating if it doesn't flow. It just doesn't really work like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I burnt my thumb on this pan and I really just touched it like it wasn't going to be hot. I don't understand. And I don't know, maybe that need to come through for Libra because it's like, I think you know what to do, but you're not doing it because there's something with procrastination. And you might have a bit of analyst paralysis, if that's the correct word. Don't do it, Libra. Take action. Don't worry about how things will come out and be perfect. Don't worry at all. Go with the flow and create happiness first and foremost, okay? Create happiness first and foremost. Like, doesn't this card scream like fun, right? Do something for yourself by creating happiness first and foremost. And then get into your groove of whatever else you're trying to create. Okay? And last but not least, we got Scorpio. What do we have for Scorpio? Of course, a card talking about deepness, right? People can only meet you as deeply as they have met themselves. Scorpio, you are a deep mother. All right? Your passion runs very deep, Scorpio. That I do know. And you see things a little bit different than others at times, and people can't see that. Please do not expect them to see that. If they saw something that with your set of eyes one time, that's cool. But it doesn't mean that it's going to happen again and again. Don't get angry. I don't know, I'm looking at this red in here and it's kind of like, don't get upset or don't get mad because people don't understand what you're trying to say or how you're trying to convey things. Um, Let go of the anger. Let go of the saltiness. Don't try to sting anybody. Um, Focus on the words, the correct words to speak to somebody. If they still don't get it, just be like, all right, maybe it's not your time. It's cool. And just go about your day. And if it's something really important, maybe they're not supposed to be working on that with you. You know? I know you don't like superficial people, but at the same time, like, you don't have to. Scorpio. I don't know. I just kind of feel like you have an attitude because people aren't seeing things your way. But it's okay. You know what, Scorpio? Walk your talk. Be the example. What is that other saying? Be the change that you want people or yourself to see. Do that. Take initiative. Be that leader. I know you have it in you, Scorpio, because most Scorpios, they can lead once they put aside pride and, other things of wanting to be right and being seen and stuff like that, right? Once we put that away, we can be like, okay, I got this. Like, forget all those people. People that are meant for me and people that get me will come with me. All right? So, check yourselves. I think that the overall message here is about checking yourselves. And like the bottom deck energy right here, right now, is strive for progress, not perfection. I think a lot of us have been really trying to perfect some things and feeling like we've been hitting brick walls. I'm trying to get a card for Oh my god. Okay, that's not the card I wanted. But we've been hitting some brick walls, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I'm right here. We've been hitting some brick walls, and really trying to cross our I's, cross our T's, and dot our I's. But if we keep writing the same words on the same paper, that's really not going to help us. Yes, you want to be efficient. Yes, you want to be productive. And yes, you want to progress. But if we're doing the same things, we're going to get the same answers. We're going to get the same results, right? It's time to go back and look at those I's and T's and say, you know what, this wasn't even the right word. Like, it's misspelled. I've been writing the same word for so long, my eyes didn't even catch it. That's happened before, right? So let's see what this, I'm going to just leave y'all with a little angel card, okay? Yes, I like angels. And I really like this card deck. So what card is going to come out for all of us? Because we do have that strive for progress, right? Not perfection. Earth and ground. There's a lot of new energy. There's a lot of new ideas. There's a lot of hope if you're perceiving that way. Everything is about how you perceive things, And just like a lot of the cards that came out, if you're focusing on the solution, you're walking in hope and faith and trying to see things for the better. And you will see things for the better if you can really just align with your heart and really bring this down. The green chakra is a heart space. And as you can see here, like I just zoomed in on this heart right here, and it's like your heart is the center and it magnifies a lot of energy. Like it actually has a lot of electricity, just like your brain. And if those electrons or neurons or whatever it's called can just line up the right way, it's magic. It's like, here we go. Manifestation time. It's time, y'all. It's time to ground in these new ideas. And if we focus on progress instead of perfection, perfection always reverts back to us feeling like we're not worthy. If you really dig out of all the other blame and shame and guilt and all that stuff, it goes back to that. So perfectionism, we got this. Things are already perfect, right? And the more you believe that, the more that you know and you walk with purpose in your faith. Excuse me. You know that you're progressing. You know that you're growing. And you trust yourself enough that if you get it done in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, it's still progression. Forward is forward, right? So I hope that this moves you in a way that really inspires you and allows you to grow, and really just looking on some things that may, resonate with you. Please let me know. And look forward to more from moi. I do Monday motivation messages every Monday on my Instagram, and I try to post them on Facebook. And usually I'm not slipping, but if the energy's funky, I may be slipping. And yeah, and I have self-care products. Those that are on the awakening spectrum, those that are on a journey, those that are on a path that is lit for them. I'm here to help with self-reflective, self-development, self-awareness, and self-care products that really help you tune in and, give you that extra love, because can't nobody love you like you. And now I'm done. Check me out for more, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty? Peace.